Thank you so much. And I have to say, I feel like everyone who is joining this session this morning has to feel as inspired and humbled as I do to hear about all the amazing projects that are happening around the world. The thing that gets missed in bios is our personal connection to the work. When I was young, my mother, who is from Thailand, shared with me challenges that she faced having friends that were trafficked in Southeast Asia when she was young, being the eldest daughter, as I heard another panelist talking about being an issue, being pulled from school and being denied education at a very young age, and having her younger brothers all be advanced in school because some cultures prioritize boys over girls, as we all know. So this is deeply personal to me. It started my work with refugee women and girls, and it's continued on to find ways to empower and protect women and girls throughout different projects. I'm excited to share this project with you. With many beautiful faces you will see today of the children that we serve. And Alliance for Smiles is such a special organization, especially I think many of you here are connected to Rotary. You might be Rotarians yourself. I'm a Rotarian in San Francisco, club number 2, the second oldest club in the world. And this organization was founded by 6 Rotarians through Rotary Club. So it's very connected to Rotary. It is always supported by Rotarians. They are the mission directors of our surgical trips abroad, as you will see a bit of later on. Several of you who are here have made these missions possible, whether you raised the funds for it or you actually served on the missions yourself. So thank you so much. And I will start with just a brief intro via video into what we do.
All over the world, children born with cleft lip and palate suffer more than physical challenges. In addition, these children face a number of tremendous obstacles to their mental and emotional well-being throughout their lives. While cleft is a highly treatable condition, surgery is often unavailable or unaffordable for many families. Our dedicated and incredibly compassionate volunteer doctors, nurses, and dentists have completely transformed the lives of over 7,000 children and their families by providing free, comprehensive surgeries in underserved areas around the world. They also work to empower local communities to sustainably address these needs by building local treatment centers and providing advanced education and training for local healthcare workers.
So just in the interest of time, I'm cutting that off about halfway through, but if you want to see the full version, you can go to our YouTube channel for Alliance for Smiles or our website. But just to give you a little bit more of a window into this issue, some of us who are in countries that have access to advanced medical care don't see many cleft cases in our lives, even though there are nearly 500 babies born each day with cleft lip and palate issues. And the reason for that is that there are not trained surgeons available in all countries around the world. And even if there are trained surgeons, surgery itself can be highly unaffordable to families that are living in poverty in certain areas. Children with cleft face so many challenges. In getting to know the people who make the work possible at this organization, it shocked me to learn that 1 in 10 of these children is killed by their own family or community in their very early stages, because this might be seen as a curse. This might be seen as an issue that is not solvable. Surgery, as we said, might seem completely inaccessible to these families. But even if the children survive, they face tantamount issues. I had not even considered that a child with a cleft lip can't form suction to actually breastfeed. So of course that would lead to malnourishment issues for these children. And then there are all of the compounding health issues, respiratory issues, dental issues, and then there's social issues. There's the bullying that they might experience at school. There's abuse and abandonment. And many of these children, as we see in almost everywhere that we visit, are kept away from school or hidden away from communities because of this condition. So our goal is to change that forever, to improve the lives of these children, but not just the children themselves, their families, their communities. And this is through direct provision of surgery, but it's also through training and empowering the local medical teams to be able to provide care for them long term. So there's three pieces to our work. The first one is that we actually treat the patients themselves. We have teams that will go on the ground, provide the medical care that these children need. And speaking as someone who has worked for decades in education and protection programs, it is a very different experience to run a program where a child will go into an operating room and they will leave an hour or two later, and their entire trajectory of their life will be changed forever in just that small amount of time. It is incredibly moving and incredibly powerful work that our teams do on the ground. But in addition to that, we are also training local communities. So these are some nurses in, I believe this was in Aswan, Egypt, who are in a training session. We have also, throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, when we were unable to travel to do in-person missions to provide surgeries, we have conducted a lot of virtual training sessions over this magical tool, Zoom, with communities in Guatemala, Honduras, Bangladesh, the Republic of the Congo, Benin. So we've been able to continue this powerful work of empowering the local community to be able to sustainably provide care locally and not have to wait for us for continuing care for all of these children that we serve. And it's not advancing. There we go. We also, in places where it's feasible, establish permanent treatment centers to empower and equip the local community to provide that long-term care on their own. So I probably don't need to run through with this group who cares so passionately about this issue what is included in empowering girls. But I did want to share those factors in relation to a story that we just encountered just a few weeks ago. And amazing Tina Fischlin, who is one of the moderators of the session, probably met Mia here in Guatemala. Mia is 3 months old. And because of her cleft lip condition, she was rejected by her own parents. Luckily, her grandmother and her aunt took her in, and they heard about the Alliance for Smiles surgical trip to Guatemala. They took the 2-hour journey for Mia to receive surgery, which she has now received surgery. And she is just a fantastic example. She's healing now. And when she heals, the hope is she may never even know she ever had a cleft lip, that she can go on to lead a normal life, attend school, not experience the bullying or the health issues that children with cleft lip and palate experience. So she's just one of the most recent examples of the impact this work can have. There's also Kai Fan. This woman who is holding this baby is not Kai Fan's mother or her grandmother. This is a trash collector in China who, in sifting through a dumpster, came across a discarded baby. And you all know about the one-child policy in China, I'm sure. And you also know that girls are often discarded in certain cultures and societies more quickly than boys. Luckily, this couple decided to adopt Kai Fan and brought her for surgery. You can see her here on the other side of the screen, being too cool to smile for this photo, but not having a noticeable cleft at all. So fully healed. So just to show you the example of a person going on to be able to lead an ordinary life and fit in and be healthy and happy as they continue on in their personal journey. So you all know as well, every girl has a right to school, to be safe from violence, to access healthcare. That is one of the things that we are trying to help all of these girls who we serve do. And we do not only serve girls, we serve girls and boys. But as you all know, many of these issues disproportionately impact girls. And then we look at the impact down the line. It's not just important to the individual girl, but her access to school, to community, to society helps her reinvest in her family as she goes through life and helps break the cycle of poverty. We know that the real key to ending the cycle of poverty is educating, empowering girls. And we do that at every level of our work through our patients, serving our patients and supporting their mothers, through training nursing and surgical students, through bringing international fellows with us on our medical mission, 75% of which are female. We have female medical volunteers and mission directors. And our staff is 50-50 male and female. And we are primarily, I think there's only been 3 or so months that we were not a women-led organization. So we just want to say an incredible thank you. It is only thanks to Rotary clubs and incredibly compassionate, dedicated individuals like the people attending today that we are able to change all of the lives that we have changed through our work. So thank you all for attending. Thank you for your support and making this life-changing work possible.